One time, I went to visit my nephew, Justice Chesoni, at his offices in Anniversary Towers. His two secretaries told me that he had left instructions that he'll be back in 2 hours and that I should be around. I used those 2 hours to go around and ended up in Korean embassy. At the reception, I started reading the magazines, English magazine about Korea. When the receptionist came and asked me what I wanted, in order not to be seen to be idling around, I told her that an idea had come to me whereby in my hometown of Webuye, the South Korea government could construct a pagoda. I asked her, what can I do? She told me that the best person to check was the cultural attaché. So she took me to the cultural attache's office and I repeated the same. I told him, I imagined somewhere visible, a place like opposite the Pan Paper in Webuye, we could have a pagoda. That was around 1995. He was happy about the thing because it is exporting their culture. And he asked me who I was. I said, I'm a former police officer. He said, you are not a councillor, you are not an MP. I said, I'm not. He said, we like dealing with the government, not individuals. And then I remembered that John Gome Lupisia, who is a member of the JI-TENGE family, was at that time the mayor for Webuye. Then I told him that we could make it the arrangement with the Webuye Municipal Council. The arrangement was that the pagoda had to have the top floor was to be used for two things. One, it was to be used as a computer college. Those days we had things that are called computer college. Microsoft DOS, Microsoft Word. And then it could also be used as a cyber cafe, second floor. The first floor, I had suggested that it be surrendered to Kenya National Library. Even right now, any town can produce it. So if you just build a house and hand it over to Kenya National Library, they'll be very happy to bring books and personnel at their cost. Now I said that the first floor could be given to them to be made a library. And the ground floor was mixed because the Kenya National Library would require an office, the caretaker and the grounds people would need an office. So it would be offices plus, say, a canteen and maybe a cafe where someone could take a snack as he or she is studying at the library or interacting at the cyber. The Korean members were happy and they were willing and they were ready. They said they only need 3 things. One, they needed a copy of the title deed to show that they are not going to construct in somebody's private farm and that the place was owned by the municipal council. 2, they wanted a letter from the municipal council requesting them. As a person, as an individual, I could not request them. So it was the municipal which was to request them. 3, a letter from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, because they cannot do anything without involving the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kenyan Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then I went to Webuye and made the form of, I tell you, I had problems. First of all, the first question I was asked was, this thing unakimbizana nayo, not by my cousin, the mayor, but the office, the municipal council. They were suspicious that I was doing this maybe for political mileage. Maybe there was some hidden money. Someone wants to know how much I'll make and how much I'll surrender to him, and such a thing. And imagine I had used my money, I had used my time, I had used whatever, which I really wanted Webuye to have a very good grand library. In Kenya, if people came out with a non-political ambition, and they came out the way I had offered myself, Kenya would be very far. And Kenya would also be very far if civil servants, imagine you have used your money. I even told them that I'd used my money to go to the embassy from Webuye to Nairobi and back, but yet still I was being asked to cough something. And that is a small example of how rotten our country is.